I figured it out. I took a walk today. I thought about it and I finally figured it out. I was trying to figure out how I should trade the month of June, right? Should I be bullish? If I'm going to be bullish, what am I going to be bullish? If I'm going to be bullish that asset, does it make sense that I'm going to be bullish that asset? If so, why? Do I want to be bearish? And if so, what am I going to be shorting? Am I going to be shorting things that went up indefinitely and now have a long way down? Am I going to be shorting assets that have been weak for some time now and I'm going to continue shorting them even lower? What is the game plan, right? And I figured it out. It's not about wanting to trade stocks over crypto or metals over whatever the fuck. It's about it's about getting involved and interested in well-performing assets. Okay? When the rest of the market doesn't look good, when everything's down damn near fucking some coins down double digit percentage today, what should you look to long? What's, kind of winking at you, telling you, hey, I'm not as weak as everything else, and that's probably going to continue, right? Some people are bearish crypto altogether because of what Bitcoin's doing, because of what Michael Saylor's doing, because this and that. Okay? I don't think that that matters. That is also the reason why we got into the hype trade in the first place. One of my biggest selling points that I was pushing and that fairly got me interested in the coin is that I noticed that at $60,000 per Bitcoin and also $90,000 per Bitcoin, Hyperliquid was the same fucking price. Hold on, let me call this person back later. Right now, we're making a video. It's very simple. It's very simple. When, not if, things catch a bid once again, right? When things start to look juicy one more time, when whatever liquidity gets taken, when whatever level gets met, when whatever buyers step in for whatever reason, right? You've seen this before. If you were around in 2018, 2017, if you were around in 2020, 2021, anytime that we had a significant liquidation event, anytime that we had very, very serious down days, they were usually followed by everything else finding a bottom once the rest of the market did, and some coins bouncing harder than others. I remember days when Bitcoin would go 10% up from the wick low to its eventual move back up after said liquidation event. Meanwhile, some other alts would go up 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 100% in a fucking day, intraday. Not even talking about from the bottom of the wick to their eventual move back up, right? I'm just talking about the daily candle being a 100% candle, not including the fucking wick, just the body itself. So, I don't think it's a good exercise to write off crypto because alts have been doing well. Sorry, because stocks, excuse me, have been doing well. Crypto has not been doing well. So that means that we should fully dismiss crypto, forget about it. It's not good. It's boring. It's whatever the fuck you fill in the blank, right? I don't think that's valid. The reason is by doing that, what you're really doing is dismissing a chart that looks like this, right? Despite Bitcoin getting kind of crushed over the last 2 weeks, or maybe even shorter than that, this move was pretty explosive to the downside. This continued to show strength, leg after leg after leg, right? Leg up, consolidation, leg up, just continuously, not giving a fuck. No pullbacks, nothing significant, just vertical accumulation. Same thing could be said for something like this shit. Fucking useless. Now forget for a second that this shit is 100 million market cap. What you should focus on is the fact that not only are sellers not stepping in, buyers continue stepping in despite the rest of the market looking bad. Would you believe if I told you that Solana would be down 9% on the day and useless would be up currently 16% on the day? Fuck no. Fuck no. If you say yes, you're fucking lying. What any sane person, and what a lot of people probably envisioned, was that when they get a major pullback on majors, especially on Solana, they'd be able to bid this up for the low. But that's not the case, right? So I don't want to dismiss a chart that looks like this just because this chart looks the way it does and because this chart looks the way it does, because this asset is what I should be focused on. I see a lot of times people get duped out of positions, altcoin positions, that have no relation to the way that Bitcoin looks, and they get shaken out of their position because the way Ethereum looks, because the way Bitcoin looks, because the way some other coin that they're not even positioned in looks. Okay? That decorrelation, I think, has proved itself time and time again. Again, Bitcoin looks like shit. Useless looks like this, right? Higher highs, higher low. We're looking at the daily time frame. This is a high time frame shit, right? Look at Zcash. What do you think happens when Bitcoin finds the bottom? Whether it's at 40K or 60K, doesn't fucking matter. When that shit catches a fucking bid once again and stops bleeding to death, this shit is going to $8,000. It's not a matter of if or maybe. It's a matter of it's going to fucking happen. The same thing. By the way, before I finish that sentence, like today being as red as it is for majors only ups the ante and makes it much more likely that these coins do absolutely amazing. Because think about the alternative. Let's say Bitcoin was up 5% today and Zcash was only up 9%. That would be that wouldn't be good. Why would you want to be in a much more reflexive, a lot less stable market like Zcash as opposed to Bitcoin? I would take 5% on Bitcoin if I'm trading with size as opposed to 9% on Zcash if they're both doing the same prints on the same day, right? So what do you think happens when Bitcoin finally finds a bottom, price is up 10, 15, 20% from the bottom? The fuck do you think happens to this shit? It doubles. Okay? Same thing I could say about maybe not this, but this also doesn't look bad. I'm sure I can find a better chart. Mm, is this the same shit? That's not the same shit. Fuck it. I'll give it one more go. One more fucking go. We're on Mexi. Let's see OXC. All right. You get my point, right? Higher highs, higher low on a daily time frame. Not the best example. Scratch that. Fuck it. Ondo. I remember I texted you guys this morning. I put in a telegram like, yo, this shit, Ondo, is up 2%. Bitcoin's down 3% so far on the day. Pay attention. Look at it now, up 10% on the day. Do you think that this just rolls over and die? Probably not. The big accumulation zone, buyers step in. Now you have a higher low. Hopefully, this sometime resolves in a higher high. But again, majors looking this way is actually bullish for all these altcoins that look good. When Bitcoin prices up 20% over a week or two, this shit will triple. Again, high time frame shit. I'm not showing you shit on the 15-minute. Where's the next liquidity grab? 3 fucking X from here, bro. Same shit on render. This daily chart doesn't look fucking bad. Look at this weekly sweep right here. We talked about the sweep before, right? And now we're slowly grinding up. None of this looks distributive to me. I don't think this legs down, right? So I'm not willing to dismiss this chart. The fact that this chart looks bullish doesn't change because Bitcoin doesn't look good. If anything, like I said 10 times over, Bitcoin looking like shit today and render being down relatively only 4% given its market cap relative to Bitcoin is fantastic. This shit's at 1 bill. Okay? So when this shit catches a bid, it's coming up here. It's going to 3x. Okay? I guess you can say the same thing for Ton. It caught a bid recently. XLM looks good. I really like XLM, if anything, just because of the simple fact that it looks like it wants to reclaim this level right here. You see, I already had this line drawn up. I didn't need to redraw it. This could be a fucking serious reclaim for us to go to 50 cents. That's a fucking 2.5 from here. Okay? So, I really just want you guys to take the time Look at some charts. Just because this is what's on my, you know, uh, uh, watch list doesn't mean that yours should be the same. I'm sure it's different, and I'd love to also hear from you guys. So if you see something that's good, say it in the Telegram, say it in the comments, say it wherever you want. But I think that this is what we should be focused on. Shit like copper, for example. If you are into metals, look at it pushing up, right? Look at it going crazy. This shit, until proven otherwise, until some high time frame market structure breaks and so on and so forth, I think we're good, you know? So I'm not saying bid your favorite coins now. What I am saying is don't be quick to dismiss good looking charts, okay? Just because Bitcoin doesn't look so good. I love you. I'm sorry to make this such a long video despite saying I won't do it, but I really wanted to make all my points really crystal clear. Um, yeah, if you see any charts that you like, let me know. I just told you guys what I like. Probably going to continue liking those. Um, and yeah, I really like the way that the coins that I am focused on are reacting to the rest of the market absolutely bleeding out in a ditch on the side of the road. I love you. Have a beautiful evening. I'll talk to you later.